there. I was going to try to see how this works, this going live on Facebook. Never done it before, so I thought I'd give it a shot. But yeah, I was going to tell you a little bit about what's going on with investment properties right now. Things are definitely changing in the market, so it's something that I thought we could definitely talk about. And if you have any questions, that we could go through them and kind of talk about it and chat about it. One thing that's been definitely changing, of course, is with the COVID. So in the market, things are kind of all over the place. And so there are a lot of different things that has been happening on our side at Greystone. And hold on just a second. I'm going to let somebody in. They're asking to jump in there. And see if I can get them on there. There we go. I'll see if I can get them on there in case there's any questions that they may have or things like that. But I definitely wanted to tell you kind of what's going on with us at Greystone. We're seeing a lot of investors come over from that are definitely looking at seeing what's going on with the market. Right now, there's a lot of things that are similar to back in 2008. But I'm not sure how this is going to change in the market right now compared to 2008. We have a lot of investors that are coming over and they're asking questions about how to get investment properties, and we have a great VIP program that is wonderful for the investors. It actually allows us to get properties that we acquire through our acquisitions team. We get a lot of properties that are for very inexpensive, and it's great. You can do it as a flip, or you can do a buy and hold and do a rental property. And so that's something that is great for investors. Well, with this VIP program, we're actually able to help the investors that are in the VIP program. We actually give them the properties first and first right of refusal. So after this video, I was going to post underneath the link to the VIP program that'll let you see what the VIP program is and a little bit more about that program. But as things are changing, I'm not quite sure if things are going to be like back in 2008. When I started back, I actually started as a loan officer in 2005 in Hawaii, and things changed quite a bit. As I started in 2005, it was definitely the boom, and then it went down and hit the bubble in 2008. I don't think it's going to be like this again because I think that the market, that we've learned from things. We've actually been able to see, and our loan servicers have different backups. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac have different ways of handling this now compared to before. But I remember back in 2008, I was actually working a loan. I had a buyer sitting at the table. We were closing on their home, and the lender, I called the lender to get the closing documents. Everything was going good, and I called them, and they're standing outside of the door, and they were locked out. They had no idea they were closing, and we had no idea they were closing, and they said they had no idea, and they're locked out, and they can't even go in to check to see what's going on with the lender and the loan documents. So I don't think that's going to happen this time because there's a lot more backing. But I know right now with that the lenders are allowing you to furlough your loans for a little bit period of time. But according to their documents right now, you will still owe that back. So you will have to repay it. But say you're out and you're not paying your loan for 2 months, it will be owed. It will still have to be owed back. But what they're going to do is they're going to extend it over the full year. So they're going to take say you're paying $2,500 for your mortgage. They're going to have over 2 years. Then you basically have $5,000 that you have to pay over the next year on top of your mortgage payments. So that is going to make things a little tough. So if you're able to pay your mortgage payments, that's going to be huge to keep yourself out of trouble, because you do not want to have your credit fall down right now, especially when things are tightening up. One of my lenders I talk with weekly, He's saying that things are definitely tightening up. The DTI is getting a little tougher. Instead of 50, it's going down to 40, your debt to income ratio. And credit scores, you're going to need a little bit higher. So you want to make sure you're not having any issues in the next year on the mortgage payments as you move forward. But what does that mean for investors? Investors, they may have some properties that say they're not able to catch up on those mortgage payments. They're going to look at selling that property. They're going to look at getting it gone and starting over. They may try to refinance, but if they can't refinance, maybe they'll look at getting a smaller home or something a little different. So things are going to be changing, and our acquisitions team is going to be working really hard to see if we can help those that are having trouble with their mortgage, help them get out of those homes, and we will pick those up for our investors. So that'll be a good thing that'll be happening. That'll be a little bit of a shift, I think. With foreclosures, it does take a long time for a final foreclosure, but we will still be seeing the those properties coming up on the market during acquisitions, either from tax liens or just looking to move because it's very difficult right now to make the payments. So that's kind of what I'm thinking is going to happen in the market. And if anybody has any ideas too, or any thoughts, if you guys want to chat it in, this is the first time I've ever done this, so I'm not quite sure how to see if you guys are chatting in. But yeah, so that's kind of what I was thinking is happening in the market. And we'll kind of see over time what's changing and how things kind of move forward. Another thing that we're doing for us as well to protect our investors, because we also work with them as buy and holds, and so they have investment properties that we take care of with property management. We're making sure that their tenants, if they are long-term tenants and they're in the C range or even B range, we're trying to put them into Section 8 to make sure that the government is at least making those payments. That's one way. The other way is with the corporate rentals. Thank you, Ray. Thank you. But with the corporate rentals, we're definitely trying to push all the people that we had that were kind of like in vacation rentals. They were doing short term. Right now, that's on hold. So what we're trying to do for our investors, we're putting those vacation renters into corporate rentals, which are longer term. We're helping out with the traveling nurses and the emergency responders. And we're trying to make that, we're trying to give them a place to stay, which is also helping our investors or keeping those places occupied. So that's something that is changing in the market and kind of what we're doing to kind of help our investors through this. I'm not sure how long this is going to last, but as we go through this, we're definitely trying to see how we can better manage our investments, our investment properties, and make sure that our investors are getting the best return out of investment while they're buying and holding, or if they're flipping. So over the next year, I'm going to keep doing these videos and kind of giving you an update each week. I also will be talking with our mortgage lender and getting some new ideas of what's going on, and I'll be sharing with you on these videos. And I do have, after this, I'll put a link below, and that'll be a link to our lender, because there is some different things happening with investment properties and investment lending. Before we were doing 80% pretty easy for investors, no doc loans, and things are getting a little bit tighter. So I would definitely, if you're an investor, jump on it right now before things change. If you're looking to buy an investment property, I would definitely hurry up and get in that program as quick as possible. And look into our VIP program, because we definitely have something that will work good for you, and we'll give you those properties ahead of time before it gets out there to anybody else. So yeah, if you have any questions, I'll leave the link below. And yeah, thank you guys for joining me. It's my first one, so I kind of started small, and then I'll try to do these weekly and give you guys updates on what's going on with investments, and how best to invest in our market as things are definitely changing. Alrighty, well, have a good day, and yeah, I'll have some links below that you can link onto from what we talked about today.